Hey guys, Mike Buca with Bull Shad. Wanted to thank everybody for all the bluegill orders that we got. It was a tremendous success. We sold a pile of them. Actually was a little worried there. I kind of underestimated what I thought we would sell. But we got everything out okay. I felt like the sales were good enough that we're going to go ahead and add the bluegill to our mainstay of items with the shad and the herring and stuff. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Keep sending those pictures in for us. But the main reason I wanted to do this video is to talk about a new bait, a new wrinkle that we've done with our shad baits, and it's called the two-knocker shad bait. A little bit of history behind the bait is about 4 or 5 years ago, Dennis Shue of Tackle Tour fame contacted me and suggested that we do a knocker type bait. And at the time, I was a one-man show in my basement, and I was up over my head in orders, and I couldn't even see straight. So, but I always remember that. And fast forward about September, August of last year, my buddy Jared Caesar again suggested the knocker bait. So I wanted to give a shout out to both of those guys. So I said, at the time in September of last year, I was working on the bluegill design, perfecting it, making sure it was right. So I didn't have time at that time either, but it's very rare that I give somebody a project outside of my company to somebody to help me with it. But I trusted Jared, and Jared did a fantastic job on it. So what I did is I told Jared, I said, this is what we have to work with. These are the specs that I need. This is what I want it to be like. I said, I need you to find the knocker or rattle that you think is the best fit for that, and present it to me, and I'll make a few, and we'll go from there. We went through a bunch of different rattle type situations. The first 6 baits we did, we finally found a knocker that we liked. The first 6 baits that we did, I did one with 1 knocker in it. And I sent it to Jared, and he says, you know what, it's good, but I think it can be better. It's just, can you fit 2 in there? I said, well, with a little bit of work, we figured out a way to suspend 2 knockers inside the head of a 6-inch bull shad. There's not a lot of real estate to work with, but we found a guy that can custom make these knockers for us to our specifications, so it worked out beautiful. Jared really did a good job finding that guy, working with him, and that kind of stuff. So it worked really well. But the most and hardest project that I gave Jared is he had to sell it to me. He had to make sure that it was something different than what a normal bait would not do. It must shine in a different situation. It must be something different. So he gave it to some of his buddies. He sent some out, and he did really well and sounded to me. He did a good job. Some of his friends in Arizona had phenomenal catches. If you go to bullshad.com, I'll tell you a little bit. I wrote a little bit about what we found and a little bit about the history of the two-knocker baits. So the bait got its name, two knockers, because we put 2 knockers in it. No pun intended, but that's what we called it, and we went with that. So what is it? It's basically a 6-inch bull shad. Can't tell a knocker from a non-knocker unless you shake it. You can hear that. Basically the way we did it is I wanted to be able to fit the knockers in horizontally, so that when the head shake, the knockers knock. If you shake the bait up and down like this, you don't hear a knock. But if you shake it like it's swimming, you hear a knock. So I did that for a reason, so that it swims, it knocks. So what we did is we did 2 6-inch. We did it in 2 colors. We have a 2-knocker in gizzard. We have a 2-knocker in dirty bone. They're both 6-inch baits, and there's no way to tell the difference other than the bait's knocking. So if you look, each knocker has a green, neon green label for you to see. We've had them in shops all over Alabama, all over quite a few shops outside of Alabama for about 2 weeks now. So I've kind of kept it kind of low key, but some of you have caught it out. So anyway, but all of the baits are slow sink. Now I did make a few that we labeled fast sinks that are not fast sinks. They are slow sinks. So we did not make any fast sink two-knocker baits this round, but they were erroneously labeled. So if you get one that says fast sink, it's not a fast sink. It's really, because of the knocker weights in there, because of the stainless steel ball bearings in there, they are actually a little bit heavier than the regular 6-inch bull. I still use the Dobbin 795. You can still use a Calcutta, a Corrado 300 or Alexa 300. And I use 25-pound line. So this is still the great setup for the two-knocker bait, but it does sink a little bit faster and a little bit slow to medium sink, I guess, range. We've been having a little bit of fit with the humidities in our shop, so that we're not as consistent with the rate of fall as I would like, but they are, if you're used to the regular slow sink, you'll love the rate of fall of this one, so you shouldn't have any problems. But I want to thank everybody for we have about 500 that we have made. It is going to be a limited edition type bait. So, you know, depending on how well the sales go, if the sales go great, we'll add it to our line of baits. If not, it was a one-time thing for 500, limited edition for the lack of a better word. So thank you for your support, and in the future you'll be seeing a couple more little wrinkle baits that we're working on. I'm really excited about it. A lot of you probably really like this next one coming up. And then after that we have a new non-Bull Shad type bait coming out, probably maybe around Christmas or a little later. So I thank you for your support. Any questions? Like I said, I put a list of dealers on a Facebook post, so catch that. If you're not near one of those dealers, you can always give them a call or order from bullshad.com if you prefer, whatever works easiest for you. But do try to support our dealers if you can, please. So thank you for your time. Have a good day.